In this video, we're going to talk about parallelograms and trapezoids, how to calculate the area, and and knowing the parts of them. Okay, so for a parallelogram, okay, remember a parallelogram has two pairs of parallel sides, and we know that those parallel sides are also congruent. The height or the altitude, okay, it's the height, and it's normally represented by a dotted line, and it's on the inside, okay. And then the base is the line that's perpendicular to that dotted line. Okay, so on this one, okay, the line is then on the outside. All right, and again, just like with a triangle, remember if the dotted line is on the outside, the base does not include the dotted line. Okay, it is the base is still the line that's perpendicular to the height altitude line. It just does not include the dotted line. In a trapezoid, okay, the height again is typically represented by a dotted line on the inside, okay, from one base to the next, all right, and then it has two bases, right, because the trapezoid has two lines that are perpendicular to the height, and we call those base 1 and base 2. To find the area of a parallelogram, all right, it's the same as finding the area of a rectangle. All right, it's base times the height. Okay, so whatever your base is, you're going to multiply it times the height. Okay, the trapezoid is a little bit more complicated. It's going to be 1/2 times base 1 plus base 2 times the height. And now base 1 and base 2 are in parentheses. That means you have to do that first. All right, so you would add base 1 and base 2, then you would multiply times the height and multiply times 1/2 or divide by 2. Okay, so this is the same as base 1 plus base 2 times height divided by 2. Okay, so now we're going to refer to trapezoid AEDC right here. Okay, what is the height of the trapezoid? Okay, remember the height is represented by the dotted line. So the height is 18 millimeters. Okay, what segments are the bases of the trapezoid? All right, the bases are going to be AC and ED. Okay, so AC is comprised of two different ones. AB is 17, BC is 38. Okay, so we're going to add those two together, all right, to get AC. So we're going to take 17 plus 88, and that's going to give us 105. All right, so AC is 105, and ED is 30. Okay, now to find the area, okay, 1/2 times base 1 plus base 2 times the height. Okay, now remember base 1 and base 2 have to go first, right? So we have 105 plus 30 times the height, which is 18. Okay, so now we're going to take 105 and we're going to add 30 to that, which is 35. So now we have 1/2 times 135 times 18. So 135 times 18 is 2,430. When we multiply that times 1/2, that gives us 1,1215. So the area is 1,1215 millimeters squared. Okay, remember, area we do units squared. Okay, in parallelogram KLMN, KL is 15 and NP is 14. Okay, which pair of segments is a base and its associated altitude of parallelogram KLMN? Okay, so the altitude, right? The altitude or the height is NP. And then one of the bases then is going to be KL. And I'm using KL because we know it's 15. Okay, but one of the other base could also be NM, and we know that it's 15 as well. Okay, so to find the area, we just take base times height. So all we're going to do is take 15 times 14. It's going to give us 210. So the area of this figure is 210 feet squared. Okay, what is the area of parallelogram PQRS if the height associated with base PQ is 18.5 yards. Okay, so since we're talking about PQ, right, that means we're talking about this height. Okay, and this one's a little hard to draw, but so we're talking about that height right there. Okay, it's 18.5. Okay, because remember the height is always going to be the one that's perpendicular to the base. Okay, um, so if we know that the base then is 11, right, so we can take 11 times the height, which is 18.5. So we get 203.5. So the area here is 203.5 yards squared. Okay, for this one, it says calculate the area of the given figure. All right, so we have a height of 7, okay? We have one of our bases is 11. Now, if we remember, area of a trapezoid is 1/2 times base 1 plus base 2 times the height. Okay, now if we look here, okay, we're missing this smaller length, right, for the base. So we actually don't have enough information to find the area for this one. Okay, we would need the smaller length of the base. All right, now say this was 5, okay, then we could calculate it, right? Then we could just say 1/2 times 5 plus 11 times 7, right? And then if we take 5 plus 11, that gives us 16. And then if we take 16 times 7, that gives us 112. And if we take half of 112, that would give us 56, okay? So again, we couldn't do this one because we didn't have it, but like say it was 5, that's how we would go about doing it, okay? And I believe that is the end of finding area of parallelograms and trapezoids.